um, to understand a bit with the background, did you attend the training already from Isabella?
Yes, we attended, but I'm the only I've attended the meeting.
So
Rest
only
all they are new.
okay, understood. Okay, so right, let me share you the screen as well. You can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Right. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the presentation. We focus on SRH universities and its 10 campuses across Germany. And my name is Ajit Mohan, and I'm the head of operations for SRH universities for the regions of Asia and Middle East. Been working with SRH since 2019, and it's been quite what can I call it in terms of the development phase. We started the internationalization back in the year 2018, and we have overseen the big change of how the universities have merged together to become
Forum, mic mute karo. I'm sorry, sir. Please continue. Sir, your mic is mute.
Did you?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I was speaking about SRH universities and my role as the head of operations for South Asia and Middle East. Since you have been working with German universities, probably you know how the situation is. And Germany is the top three, one of the top three destinations in terms of the attractiveness for international students. And SRH is a University of Applied Sciences, which means that we design the programs according to the requirements of the German labor market. Yeah, could you please someone mute the mic? It's getting quite disturbing.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. So I was saying that we design the programs according to the requirements of the German labor market, which means that we identify that there are gaps in the German labor industry. So which means that once the student completes a program with us, we'll be able to access the labor market quite easily. So that is why we have around 97% as the graduate employability rate. In other words, the students who complete a program with us will be getting into the employability sector within the next 12 months. So that's how it is. Even though we have the war, inflation, and other problems, we still are the #1 economy in the European Union and also the 4th largest in the world. And as we speak, we have around 700,000 vacant positions across Germany in different sectors. When it comes to the additional benefits for students, the international students can work up to 20 hours per week. Once they successfully complete the degree from a German university, they are able to get 18 months of stay back, which could be used to find an employment in Germany. And if they find a job and work for 24 months, then they can apply for a permanent residency. It is that fast. So it only takes 24 months of employment in Germany for you to get the German permanent residency. And once you make an application, you get the PR within 3 to 4 weeks. So that's...
Sir, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Like you said, after study, they'll get 18 months of stay back option, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, and they have to work 24 months. So the remaining 6 months status, I mean, what could be, I mean, they need to apply for work permit extension or what? Like,
yeah. So for example, you finish your degree and then you haven't found a job quite right after your studies. So you receive the 18 months of extension for job search period. Let's say after 6 months, the guy has found a job. Okay. And then from that time onwards, they get a new residence permit for work. So whenever they complete 24 months in employment, like full-time employment, then they are eligible for permanent residency. So the 18 months, if you are not working full-time, will not be counted towards your permanent residency. So what I'm saying is, like, once you, let's say you found a job right after you graduate and then you start immediately working, you don't need to take the 18 months stay back. So once the 24-month period is complete, then you can apply for the PR. And B1 level German is required when you apply for the PR. So it is also a mandatory document to have.
And sir, this B1 is any description like B1 speaking or B1 writing, anything like that, or B1 includes everything like listening,
So
reading,
B1
writing?
includes just like the IELTS, so speaking, reading, writing, listening.
Okay.
So 4 modules. And once you, you have to pass in every module to be getting a B1 certificate.
Okay, and this is straightforward residency, that is a German passport, right?
No, this is like a permanent residency.
PR,
Yeah.
okay.
Passport is different.
Okay.
So once you have a permanent residency, then you don't need to have a visa again. Okay, so you can travel back and forth to Germany as long as you want. The good thing is that you can buy your own property as well in Germany once you have a PR, and also set up a business in any sector. For example, if you want to start a restaurant or something else, then you can do it with a permanent residency card.
And sir, this rule of 18 months stay back option applies to both bachelor's and master holders both? Okay.
Yeah, for both, irrespective of the study duration. So let's say
Okay,
1
sir.
year, 2 year, 3 years, you all get 18 months of stay back.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, and there has been a new rule in terms of the nationality law to be concerned. So the new rule states that people who live in Germany for 5 years will be now eligible for German citizenship. Which means 2 years you study, the next 3 years you work, you're already eligible for German citizenship. Germany is one of the very few countries in the world which probably the only country which calculates the study period in full towards your citizenship. So you're not wasting those 2 years. So that is counted towards your citizenship in residency period.
Okay. Okay. So this all are the new rules, right? Which is recently introduced.
So
Yeah.
this has been approved by the parliament beginning of last month.
Acha, okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And for this also, you need a B1 level of German when you make an application for the citizenship. You can also get the citizenship within just 3 years if you have C1 level of German. And yeah, you stay for 3 years in Germany, which is also one of the fast track citizenship options across the globe. So 2 years you study, the 1 year you work, and then if you have C1 level, then you're already eligible to apply for German citizenship. And then you get the German passport, which is the one of the most powerful ones in the world, with visa-free access to 194 countries. So you don't need a visa to travel to anywhere in the world, technically. And you can live in any part of the European Union as long as you want. Okay. So if you found an opportunity somewhere in France or Italy, and you can go there, work, stay there for life. You don't need an additional visa or a permit. Nothing else is required. So that's the thing with the citizenship law. And there's a new change in the skilled migration law as well. So the second package, which has been implemented by the beginning of this month, which allows people could bring the parents for long term as well. So those who are getting a residence permit for work from 1st of March 2024 now have the possibility to bring their parents long term to Germany. So they can live with their kids permanently. It was not the case before. They could only travel for a period of 90 days. Now, yeah, the parents can, travel and stay with their kids for a long time.
Sir, I'm sorry, I missed
Yeah,
that
go ahead,
part.
go ahead.
Okay. Can you repeat this again? Like if a student, yes.
Sure. So when the student gets the residence permit for work from the 1st
Okay.
of March 2024, that's a new rule. So
Okay.
they can
So,
bring their
sir,
parents.
residence permit to work, that means what? Work permit?
It's work permit, yeah. So which
Work
means
permit. So
after
after 2 years of study, if they
Yeah.
are getting this stay back option of 18 months, if they get job after 6 months, so when they are on their job period on work visa, at that time they can call their parents.
whenever they get into the employment permit, they can bring their parents. You
Okay.
don't need to go for 6 months, or you don't have to wait for 18 months if you find a job. Even before you graduate, there are companies offering, offers even before you graduate. So which means that you start working from the day you complete your degree in Germany, right? So that from that moment onwards, you are able to bring your parents for long term.
Oh, wow. This is amazing rules. Like no other country have this
Yeah.
rule.
Right.
Yeah.
And sir,
Sir, what
what
about spouse?
Yeah, continue. I was
Yeah.
also asking the same one.
Yes, same.
Same. Yeah. For
Yeah.
spouse visas are allowed for people who are going for master's program and a
Okay.
minimum duration of 1 year. They have to show the same blocked account amount of 11,208.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So spouse is for those who are going on masters
Mhm.
and they can bring their spouse together.
Ideally, you can do that, but the foreign office prefers to have the main applicant go there first, and
Okay.
once the address is registered, then you can make the application.
Okay.
You can
But
do that. There's no
even after 2-3 months, like once the student is there after 2-3 months, if a spouse wants, they can go, right?
even after a week. The criteria is that your address has to be registered in Germany. So whenever you are able to do that, then the papers are done on the basis of that.
Okay, sir, 2-3 question here.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like for spouse, is it compulsory? I mean, spouse also have to show the block account that you already mentioned, right? For
Yeah.
spouse, it is mandatory to have some kind of German level or like that.
Oh, yes. For them, A1 is required.
A1 is required. Okay.
But
And
that
sir,
will be
any
changing
rules for
probably.
marriage? Like marriage should be 1 year old or 6 months
Nothing
old.
like
Like
There's no regulation like that. The language rule has been removed for skilled workers who are going from India to Germany. So probably the next level, the requirement for the students would also be removed, I guess.
so marriage duration doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And German A1 level is required, block
For
account
the
is
time being,
required.
yeah.
Okay, and they must apply once student reach there and register.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, amazing about these new rules. Yes, sir, please.
So let's continue. So you may be wondering what SRH means. The full form of SRH is Stiftung Rehabilitation Heidelberg. So that's a German thing. So Stiftung in Germany means it's a non-for-profit foundation. Okay. So we started our foundation back in the year 1955 as a rehabilitation center for the people who fought the World War II. That's how we started it. And once the rehab of these persons are done, we identified that the people are lacking education. Okay, so they are not having access to proper formal education. So that's why we have diversified again into education sector as well, with schools, special schools, and technical schools. So you can see both these industries are service industries like healthcare and also education. We have 30 companies in 60 locations across Germany with around 100 hospitals across Germany. So hospitals is the big, the business. And yeah, of course, it's a service industry. And being a foundation, we cannot have profits at the end of every year. So what we do is whenever we have profits from the healthcare sector by the insurance companies, they pay us. So we will be reinvesting into education, okay, building new campuses, making better infrastructure for students. So this is how the company operates. So all the universities and the hospitals are in Germany under SRH Group are known for profit. So we use the tuition fee to reinvest it in the university, running the university administration, and also moving to different new locations, building new campuses. So that's how SRH is, and it's one of the biggest companies in Germany with over 16,000 employees. Okay. And as we speak, we have around 18,000 students across Germany, which makes SRH one of the leading higher education providers in the country as well.
Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt. So SRH, you said S is a non-profitable. The word S means non-profitable and H means the lacking of education. So if I understand, like SRH is a group which also have on education part as well as you have your own companies also.
Yeah, so SRH has like three verticals. One is healthcare with hospitals, clinics, rehab centers, education with schools, technical schools, and higher education with universities, and services like IT and hospitality services as well. So these are the three verticals we have.
Okay, so your students, I mean, the one who has already studied from SRH have the exposure to work in your own hospitals and your service sector.
If you are good enough in German, then yes, it's
Okay.
totally fine. But our
Okay.
programs are mostly in English. So, and also the industries are quite different. So we don't offer any programs internationally for international students in Germany at the moment. But if you're studying like nursing or something, and of course we have hospitals, we can definitely take into consideration. But you need to have good German for that. Okay. I think these things we have mentioned, like COVID quality of education, safe country. We don't have a gun culture, and most of the cities are very safe, and people can work 20 hours per week part time, and the minimum rate you can get is 12.41 euro. On an average, that's 1,000 euro per month. So that would be more than sufficient for a person to make the living expenses work for a month. So speaking of the locations, you can see the map where we are located. The ones in orange are the places where you can recruit to. Okay, so I live here in Hamburg, which is in the northern part of Germany, and which is coming under Berlin. That's one of the biggest universities of SRH, so SRH Berlin University of Applied Sciences. Berlin has 3 other campuses. Apart from Berlin, we have Dresden, we have Leipzig. There's a new one which is coming up in October. Hamburg, we started back in the year 2020. Okay? And then we have options in Fürth, that's in Bavaria, Heidelberg, which is one of the oldest private universities within Germany as well, Stuttgart, which is home to Porsche and Mercedes-Benz. We have new campus there, Cologne and Hamm. So 10 locations across Germany. Whenever you have a student looking for one of the study programs, we have a wider portfolio to choose from. And someone who are not able to afford the fees in Berlin, we have mostly similar programs available in Hamburg, Cologne, Stuttgart, similar options available in much lower tuition fees as well. The idea of moving to major metropolises in the country to have to provide the students with options, right? So maybe some of them are having family members in some of the other locations, maybe friends, so they prefer a particular location. And the costs are also a concern, so we make sure that the costs stay economical when it comes to new locations. So yeah, so these are the locations where you can recruit your students to.
And sir, we will get the list, like which program is available at which campus.
Yes, sure. So we have 2 index per year. So the next index is starting in October. So the application window is currently open. So you're free to make the applications. The duration for our programs are roughly 6 to 7 semesters for bachelor's. Master's, it's 2, 3, and 4 semesters. MBA, we are offering 2 and 3 semesters as well. Then on the campus Heidelberg, we offer on-campus accommodation. All the other campuses, we do support with accommodation assistance, although we don't offer on-campus. Speaking of the tuition fees, we will be having tuition fees ranging from 7,500 to 10,670 euros per year. And for example, like if you're going for a 3-year bachelor program, it will be costing roughly 30 or 33,000 euros, which is quite economical when you compare it to other countries like the Australia or the US. It's much cheaper. We do also provide scholarships to students who are having good academic performance, up to 50% on the first year of the studies. So once you get an offer letter, then you can write to your study advisor in Germany, stating that, hey, I wanted to apply for the scholarship. So how do we go about that? And they will guide you further how to do that. So based on your profile and the academic performances, you could get a scholarship up to 50% on the first year of your studies. And if you pay the 1-year tuition fee in full in advance, then you get a 3% discount automatically. And if you are paying full tuition fee, then it's 5% discount is applicable as well. Why study with us? So SRH is a fully accredited German university, okay, which means that we award our own degrees. We are not providing an Italian or UK or any other degree. It's a fully German university. And state accreditation is quite key. So we have been accredited by the Wissenschaftsrat, or just like the UGC in India, the apex accrediting body, which confirms the accreditation across Germany. Whether it's public or private, you need to have the Wissenschaftsrat or we call WR. That's the state accreditation. Otherwise, you are unable to get the stay back and PR and other benefits. And we have high employability rate as well. And we follow a
Sir,
study.
which accreditation is government? It's FIBA, FIBBA.
No, the state accreditation is WR or Wissenschaftsrat. That's the German one. You can write it as German Council for Science and Humanities.
Okay.
It's just like the UGC in India.
Okay. Okay.
It's the same for the public universities in Germany as well. You need to have the Wissenschaftsrat accreditation in order to award your degrees. Only then the students will be able to get stay back and other benefits. Okay. And we offer free German language courses for all international students. Who starts a program with us will be offered with a language course in parallel with their study program. And for bachelor programs, we offer direct entry after 12th. So who are having 12th with CBC state or ICC boards, without foundation, we would be able to offer, bachelors.
Sir, just a minute. So you don't need 13 years of education. After 12th, students can apply directly for bachelor's degree.
Most of the programs, I will come to it.
Yeah, okay.
So this is Wissenschaftsrat or WR, that's the accreditation. And we are one of very few universities in the country to have system accreditation, which means that we can start our own programs without the need for an external accreditation process. FIBA is also there for management programs. And we have been ranked by the Center for Higher Education quite high for the international orientation of our programs and high graduation rate as well. So it's 98.5 people graduate on time within the stipulated time frame, whereas if you compare that with the public universities, the STEM subjects, the dropout rates are close to 50%, which is why the importance of university like SRH comes into play, that people would be able to get into the labor market very easily and graduate on time. And those who are finishing the programs at public universities normally take 3 to 4 years to finish it. So let's say you're 4 years without a job in Germany, you are spending almost 45 to 50,000 euros, wherein you spend 25,000 to SRH, then you graduate on time, you can start your career with a minimum package of 50 to 60K. So which means that you are getting the money much faster than what you anticipate to get it after studying at a public university. So the core focus for us is career and employability. So which is why we have the high graduation rate and also the employability rate as well. I spoke briefly about the study methodology, what we follow. We call it as CORE, or Competence-Oriented Research and Education. This is an in-house developed study methodology, okay? And it's a new USP of SRH. This is a study methodology we use to deliver our lectures in all SRH campuses. So this is developed by Professor Dr. Georg Winterberg. How CORE works is that we, rather than just bombarding the students from the first month to the 6 months and writing an examination at the 6 months of one semester, we divide the study blocks into weeks of 5. Okay, so every 5 weeks, the students are studying or focusing only on 1 to 2 topics, and at the end of the 5th week, they are writing an examination. So the students are having a deeper understanding about what they are learning, and due to this small classroom sizes, like 15 to 20 students, they have a greater relationship with the professors as well. These professors or the lecturers teaching at our university are having a minimum 5 years of industrial work experience as well. Okay, so they get best of the both worlds. Since they are focusing on these 1 or 2 topics, the familiarization of the topic and the hands-on experience about that particular topic is very high. That is quite essential when you apply for an internship or a full-time position in Germany. The idea of this 5-week block is to make sure that the students would be able to develop a set of competences such as specialist ones, methodological, self-competence, and social competences, which means working in group and also taking responsibility to take the task on their own. These sort of things are quite essential, right? Not just what you learn from the book, but also the soft skills are quite essential when you work in Germany. So this is what we are trying to impart in that 5-week window. And the assessment would be in a range of interactive teaching methods, such as project works, case studies, group works, and student days. So it's not just like the written examination. You do it from the 1st to the 6th month, and you do a big examination at the end. So instead, we focus on small topics, 5 weeks topics, and yeah, you do the examination, and all the assessment would be based on a varied practical-oriented approach. So this is an USP and the study principle what we follow. Okay, so this is, you can't find the similar kind of study module or study structure in any other private university sector. So it's pretty niche to SRH.
Nice
Yeah.
explanation, sir.
Yeah,
Deeply.
thank you.
Thank you.
So as I said, employability is one of our core focuses, and we have a dedicated career services department with us. So what they try to do is, like, for example, working in Germany or planning to work in Germany, it's a big ask how to approach it. So you can take the help of career services department for an individual consultation. So they will help you to formulate your CV, your cover letter, and how to conduct yourself during an interview, and what not to say during an interview. And cover letters are quite important when you make an application for a small position or a big position. This is quite an important thing. And most of the cases, when you make a general cover letter, that will be filtered by the automated system, and it will not reach the actual human HR. Okay. So we have specialized professionals who are able to make sure that what sort of keywords to be used in order to make sure that this bypasses the system and that reaches an actual human. So this is why a career services department and individual consultation is quite key. With the help of our career services department, we achieve a 97% graduate employability rate as well, which means that people who complete the program with us, 97% of them gets into employment within just 12 months after graduation, which is pretty high when you compare that with public universities in the country. And we do bring companies to the campuses. We call it as career days, where the students are able to have an interaction with the companies to understand about the company and also the jobs available. And if the companies, the people who work for these companies are able to find a matching profile, they will ask you to apply directly with them. In Germany, there is no thing called as campus placement. Okay, it's not just with SRH or any university you take. There's no thing called as campus placement. It's an Indian thing. So here we bring companies to the campus. It's sort of an interaction or sort of a career day where they can understand more about the organization. We do work with around 3,500 corporate partners across the globe, and support with internship and postgraduate job search as well. So this is all part of the tuition fee you pay. So you're not paying anything additional on top of the tuition fee for these services. And we have a dedicated job teaser portal as well. We call it as SRH job teaser, where we list around 12,000 vacant positions across the globe, which is exclusive to our students. And some campuses like Dresden, they offer part-time job fairs as well. Okay. Big cities, it's not a big concern like Berlin, Hamburg, or Cologne. These are quite big cities, so you would be able to find jobs much easier, even if you don't speak German. Right. Speaking of Berlin, so we are building a new campus as well. So this is going to be our new home in October 2024. This is a state-of-the-art 130,000 square foot facility built from the scratch. Yeah, this is how it looks. So it's 1, 2, 3, and there's a party deck there. So like massive facility by the water. So we said, I said during the start of the presentation that we are a non-commercial entity. So which means that the tuition fees what we are getting is reinvesting into the administration and the infrastructure. So sort of like giving back to the students. Okay, better infrastructure, better facilities. So this is going to be the place where students in Berlin going for October intake are going to be studying. Massive scale. So Berlin, we have around 2,000 students from 103 nationalities. Right now, we have 4 different schools in 3 different parts of Berlin. The idea of the new campus is to bring all these 4 schools into one bigger location where you can have more diversity. Okay? So for engineering tech programs, we can find more South Asian students. The design and arts programs, you have German students and Europeans. So we can have a greater mix of students. Yeah. Speaking of the programs, we have, as you can see, some programs are marked in 1. So these programs are offering a direct entry after 12th. So let's say applied mechatronic systems, computer science, international business administration. After 12th, CBSE state or ICC boards with 60%. and one of the English tests, IELTS, TOEFL, or Duolingo. IELTS, we need 6.5, TOEFL 87, and Duolingo with a score of 110. You can get a direct entry into one of these programs. So this is the only condition, 12th with 60% and English test is.
And so what will be the course duration in that case?
So you can choose for either for 3-year program or a 3.5-year program.
Okay.
Yeah, the only difference is that you do an external or like an extra internship semester if you're going for the 7th semester. That's it.
And sir, what about state board student? Like what percentage you require for them?
Yeah, 60%.
Okay,
And
for state board also you need 60.
all boards 60%.
Okay, okay.
So do you require the test AS here for the bachelor students?
This is for the APS. Test AS is a requirement, but we are seeing cases that people are getting APS without test AS as well. So you can apply without that. I think they are not being strict about it these days.
Okay.
But that's not an university requirement, just for APS.
Okay.
But since the people are getting it without it, so I think we could just try and apply without that. And if they ask, then we can submit it later.
Okay. And sir, what about the test AS? So,
And speaking about test AS only.
that APS certificate, it's both are different, right? APS
Yeah,
and
so-
test AS.
In order to
So
get
for
AS, you need test AS for bachelors.
Yes. Yeah. So
But these
that
days, we're getting APS, these bachelor students are getting APS without test AS.
okay.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not enforcing it pretty strictly that you need to provide test AS for your APS application. We are seeing several cases that are already getting APS without test AS examination.
Okay.
okay.
So I think we can apply directly without that.
Okay.
And university doesn't require test AS.
Okay.
So we are good with 12th with 60%.
Okay, sir.
And if you are looking for any other program like photography, music design, or communication, so you need the 1-year foundation for these programs. The foundation will cost you around 10,000 euros for 1 year. 2 semesters will be there. And after that, you can join the main program. But ideally, we don't get that many students for these sort of programs because India is generally more engineering, computer science, or business. So we can focus on these programs instead. Okay. I hope it's clear. We'll go to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Right. In Berlin, we have an even wider portfolio in terms of the master's programs are concerned. We have film and photography, design and media, supply chain management, engineering, quite a big focus what we have, IT and computer science, business management, and MBA. So as you can see from the portfolio, we have something for everyone, right? So someone who looks for design, we have something, and supply chain or engineering or IT, we have options to choose from. For design programs, we need ideally a 3-year degree in a similar line, or even if you don't have the similar line, you should also have some sort of work experience with some portfolio work as well. That will help you to get into the programs like the film, television, photography, or strategic design. These programs do require some sort of portfolio work as well. 50% is required for these programs. And supply chain, it's open to business and engineering students. And we need a minimum of 60%. And English test is mandatory, IELTS 6.5 or TOEFL 87 or Duolingo 110. So that's standard across bachelor's and master's. 2 years. This program is of 2 years. All these masters are of 2 years.
Okay, all masters are 2 years. Okay. And IELTS, you said 6.5, TOEFL?
87.
Okay, and
And you can
Duolingo also
110. Yeah, 110.
110, okay. And you don't accept PTE, sir?
PTA also, yes, 59.
Sir, is PTE also accepted by the visa, accepted for the visa?
No, so but we will give an additional letter from the university stating that you don't need to submit IELTS or TOEFL. So those who are having PT or Duolingo will be supported with a letter from the university that will suffice for the visa application.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And engineering is one of the bigger areas what we focus on. And as you can see, the programs are quite relevant to the German labor market. So by 2033, Germany will be focusing heavily on renewable power sources and cutting down coal power plants and nuclear power plants by 2033. So, you know, the significance of renewable energy engineers and water and waste management is also quite key that we focus that program. For this program, we need, and technically for all engineering programs, the minimum requirement is 65% and English test is mandatory. Okay. Even if you have 65%, if you fail too many times in mathematics, mechanics, thermodynamics, or the core subjects, you won't be getting an admission to one of these programs. So please make sure that the people are not failing too many times on these subjects. Okay. So we have cases that sometimes, you know, people who are having 70% overall, but failing too many times in mathematics. And in that case, it will be difficult for these people to be successful into this program. So that's one thing. Okay. The second program, we focus on engineering and sustainable technology management, and we focus on mobility and automotive industry. You know that Germany is an automobile hub and home to manufacturers such as Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Porsche, Volkswagen, Opel, and component manufacturers such as Siemens, Bosch, Carl Zeiss. All these companies are German companies, right? So huge industry. I mean, the number one industry. And the focus of this program is heavily reliant on the electrical vehicle production. Again, in line with Germany's vision for 2033, that we will be getting rid of all fossil fuel vehicles. So no diesel and petrol engine vehicles by 2033. So this is what the program focuses on, electrical vehicle production development. Again, 65% is required, and English test is mandatory. And the next program is Industry 4.0, automation, robotics, and 3D manufacturing. Germany is a world leader in terms of the Industry 4.0 technologies. Yeah, so huge opportunities. The mechanical industry is the second biggest one after automobile. So again, huge opportunities for this line as well, automation, robotics, and 3D manufacturing. Then we have sustainable building technologies, like how we can design energy efficient buildings or connected homes where you can control the different appliances in your home by the open source platform systems such as Siemens NX platforms. So yeah, these are the programs which what we have in engineering. The last program is currently not being promoted due to the partner issues. So this program is not open for the October intake. Maybe we'll be launching for the next year. At this moment, yeah, we're not having this. Any questions from the engineering requirement?
Sir, what is the meaning of this dual sustainable battery production engineering?
So yeah, that means that it's a combination program that you study with SRH and you work with a partner company.
Okay.
And there's no tuition fees to it, and the partner company will ideally pay 1,500 euro per month.
Sir, can you explain this again?
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
in order to start this program, you need to have a work contract as well with one of the partner companies. So we were supposed to have the partner for this particular program for the October intake as Tesla, but we are not clear that program will start for the October intake. Okay. So which means that the students can study the program free because Tesla is funding the program. Tuition fee is free. You don't pay anything. And Tesla will also pay the student 1,500 euro per month. Like 1,500.
Okay. So if any of our students is interested to study this, like first of all, we need to apply, and then you apply for, I mean, you help us to apply for Tesla, or then if they are ready to sponsor, then it goes, right?
Yeah, because
this is how it goes.
the interview with Tesla as well.
Okay, Tesla's interview as well. Okay.
Yeah, but this program, we are not promoting it because the Tesla's involvement for the October intake is not clear yet. So that's why we are not promoting it.
Okay.
We have IT as one of the other main focus. IT is the third biggest industry in Germany. So if you have students from BSc Computer Science, BSc IT, BCA, they can go for cybersecurity or big data and AI. These two programs are available. So it's open to 3-year degree holders and also 4-year engineering degree holders as well. Again, 2 years and minimum 60%.
Sir, I have a question. Like, do you accept 12 plus 3 years degree students here, BCA student?
Yeah, that's what I said. BSc IT, BSc Computer Science, BCA. So these students can apply. Both 3-year and 4-year degree students can apply.
Sir, is there will be a like course module difference, because if students coming with the 3 years degree or a 4-year degree, there'll be a difference like in their previous education. So
actually, the structure remains the same even for 3 years and 4 year students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because all these are 2 year programs. So yeah. And someone wants to do business and management, we have 2 options, MA entrepreneurship or international management. So people from any background, like engineering, business, IT, they can go for one of these programs without any management experience as well. So 50%, then they can apply for this. Speaking of MBA, we have a couple of options: an executive general management MBA, which is of duration 1 year. We ideally require 2 years of experience post your degree and a minimum 4 years of degree. Like, the executive general management is only applicable for those who are having 210 ECTS, which means that they ideally should be having a master's degree. And 2 years of experience, they can go for the 1 year program. Otherwise, for general management, the duration is 1.5 years. We need a minimum of 2 years of experience after the degree. So let's say 3 years study, then 2 years of experience. Then you can go for the MBA program of 1.5 years.
So for all MBA specialization and program, in short, for MBA, you need 2 years of experience, right?
Yeah, that's minimum.
Yeah.
Those who are not having experience, they can always opt for the international management program. This one. The next campus is Dresden, which is like located 2 hours from Berlin and also 2 hours to the Czech capital of Prague. So touristically, it's quite attractive that they are located between these big cities like Berlin and Prague. Okay, so it's like 2 hours apart. So here is a small campus. We have hospitality-related programs here, healthcare management, and international business. So these are all management-related programs. So people who are from management without any further experience, they can get into it. For example, the healthcare management program, it's open to business students, but also for the healthcare students as well, nursing, doctors, they can also apply for this program too. The 1 year track is only available in summer intake. For those who are going for the October intake, they have to go for the 2 year program. The minimum requirements are 50%, and IELTS 6.5 or any other test is required. Yeah, the tuition fees would be around like 21,000 euros, which is approximately 7,000 euros cheaper than Berlin. Berlin, on an average, the 2 year program in engineering, supply chain, or in business costs you around 27,000 euros.
Okay, so this 27 you are talking about full 2 years fees.
Full 2 years, yes.
Okay, and in Dresden campus, all 3 programs full 2 year fees 20,000 or 21,000 euro. Yeah, correct. So it is just 10,000 euro per month, per year.
Per
okay,
year.
Yeah.
And we have the campus Hamburg. So you can see there are some programs which are being launched for the October intake, which are marked in asterisks. So these programs are having flat 30% scholarship. So whoever gets an offer letter for one of these 4 programs will be getting a flat 30% scholarship on the first year of their studies. So we have 3 bachelor programs, 1 engineering program as well. Okay.
Okay. And what will be the tuition fees for bachelor's masters here?
So here, the bachelor's 3 years would be around 30,000 euros. 30.
Okay.
30,000 for the entire program, and the engineering program will be costing around 25,000 euros.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, just a minute. This only the scholarship only applies to the one who is in abstract mark, which are on abstract mark.
Yeah. Yes. Only for these 4 programs.
4 programs. Okay. Sir, I didn't get this, like international business and engineering. Like it is what? It's an engineering management type of course?
It's a techno management program. It's a combination program of engineering and business.
Okay. Okay. So
So
any students can apply for it.
yeah, I mean, it would be useful for engineers mostly.
Yeah, any engineering stream can apply. Yeah.
Yeah, they can apply. Yeah.
Okay, and then you also have supply chain, data science, and digital transformation.
So you have seen
but
it in Berlin. The same program we are offering in Hamburg as well. But Hamburg, the supply chain program is also a bit important. that we have the second biggest container seaport in Hamburg. Okay. So for logistics based and supply chain based, Hamburg is a nicer location, and the requirement is a bit low. 50% is only required, and tuition fees is around 25,000 euros.
Sir, this 25,000 euro is for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
So whatever fees you are telling, even for bachelors, you told like 30,000 euros. So that is for whole 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, for the whole program. Yeah. So on a semester base, it's like 6,450 euro for this program. But most importantly, the location is very key. Hamburg is having the second biggest port, and also the aircraft manufacturer Airbus, right? So Airbus has a manufacturing facility in Hamburg too. So all these Indigo flights you fly with, so these are manufactured in Hamburg. So a couple of students from the 2021 batch have recently joined Airbus on a full-time option as well in supply chain. And those who are not really keen on pursuing a core technical IT-based job, they can always go for the digital transformation management program. This is a combination of IT and business. Okay, so those who are from business background and IT background can apply for this particular program with a 3-year degree, BCom, BBA, BSc IT, BSc Computer Science. It's a combination program, so it's more business and a couple of modules of IT would be there. The modules in IT are business analytics and cybersecurity. These are the 2 modules they can focus on. The other program, what you have seen, cybersecurity and big data and AI, these are more technical. Okay.
And sir, again, 50% will be the requirement for all these programs in this campus also.
Yes, for these program like supply chain and digital transformation, that's 50%. Engineering is 65.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have one program, applied data science and analytics. This program is also available in Heidelberg. We still require around 60% for this program. It's again a core technical program. So ideally, people are from the computer science background, BSc IT, BSc computer science, or engineering. Again, this is we need 60% for this program.
Okay. And so,
Sir,
do you
where will we get? I'm so sorry. Where will we get the exit fees as per the campus and program? Because in the front, it's written a general bracket of like 7,000 to 13,000 like that.
Yeah, so I can share the document which lists all the programs and the tuition fee as well.
Okay.
And sir, do you accept like a NOIS board or distance learning education?
As long as it's UGC recognized, we are good.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's from a university.
They do accept NIUS. I discussed one case. Yeah.
Okay. Sir.
Yeah, we have a new campus in Leipzig as well, which is located 1 hour 15 minutes from Berlin. Leipzig is an upcoming metropolis. Okay, we have around 670,000 people living there, and also a major. It's sometimes called as Little Berlin because of the kind of the artistic based scene, and also the industries are also pretty high there. We have manufacturing facilities of BMW and Porsche in Leipzig, and also IT is pretty strong as well. For October intake, all these programs having 30% flat scholarship. The tuition fee in Leipzig is much cheaper. So the same program, the big data and AI, you have seen it in Berlin. That is costing 27,000 euros. In Leipzig, it's costing 21,000 euros as well. And again, you get 30% additional scholarship too.
Okay, so you also have BS Computer Science in this campus.
So the scholarship is currently extended to April 30th. So whoever is applying makes an application and signs the contract and pay the enrollment fee of 1,000 euros, will be getting the flat 30% scholarship. Okay. Right. Then Heidelberg is one of the oldest private universities within Germany as well. It's a campus university, which has everything, accommodation on campus, big cafeterias, huge location. So here we have few programs in architecture. Bachelor's, we haven't started yet, probably next year, but master's in architecture is running. But this is only for the summer intake. Then we have international business and management, similar programs what we have seen in the other locations. The catch here is the engineering one. Okay, so October intake, we are launching 3 new engineering programs. BEng Business Engineering, which is similar to the industrial engineering in the US. Then BEng Electrical Engineering, and then again, BEng Mechanical Engineering. So 4 engineering programs, all with direct entry after 12th, without foundation, and completely taught in English. The tuition fee is only 27,000 euros for the entire program. So, yeah.
27,000 euros for entire bachelor's, sir?
Correct, correct.
And the bachelor's is of how many years?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Okay.
So the applications are currently open. So if you have any students who are looking for studying mechanical, so I would always say if you're applying to study engineering in Germany, start with bachelor's. That's the best way to start your engineering career. You can probably call yourself an engineer if you're studying bachelor's, because the range of these study programs are quite high and the level is quite high that people do get deeper knowledge about what they are actually studying about from the bachelor level. So and then we also have Master of Engineering in Information Technology as well. So those who have similar bachelor's in engineering in IT or computer science, we can go for the information technology program. Then we have the similar program you have seen in Hamburg, International Business and Engineering, without the scholarship though. So this is a full program, so you have to pay the full fee. If you are taking the same program in Hamburg, you get a 30% scholarship. And for those who are having civil background, then they can also go for a water technology and Master of Engineering program as well. Right. So engineering programs, the requirement is around 2.5 or 65%. Then we have computer science. Applied computer science is one of the longest running programs in SRH for past 23 years. And it is having close cooperation with SAP. Okay. SAP is located in Mannheim, which is like 20 minutes from Heidelberg. The university and also the program director are having close cooperation with SAP. There are a lot of students who have studied at SRH have been working in SAP on a full-time basis. So you can also get work student or part-time positions much easier in that location. The same program, Applied Data Science, you also seen it in Hamburg as well. So yeah, 2 options to choose from. Then yeah, again, if you're interested in dance movement therapy or music therapy based on your skills, you can also go into this program. But generally, we don't get students for these sort of programs from India. Then we have the foundation, which is offered in Heidelberg itself for 1 year. So those are not eligible for a direct entry. Let's say someone is not having 60%. They are pretty motivated to study mechanical engineering. They can go for the 1-year foundation. And after that, they can study the main program.
Okay, so 1 year will be the additional, the pathway program, and afterward the student can start with the first year degree.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, but we would need a Navitas contract for that, right?
No, I think we cover it within our...
You can cover it? Okay.
Yeah. Right. We have an additional campus in North Rhine-Westphalia as well in Hamm. So again, we have similar programs there. The difference is that the tuition fees are much cheaper. Let's say you can finish the program less than 20,000 euros in this location for most master's programs. The requirements would be the same, like 50% and 65% for engineering. Apart from the tuition fee, nothing else is different. But yeah, this is the thing about SRH. So we have various options to choose from. So someone who are particularly looking for Berlin, we have that option. But those who are not able to afford Berlin, we also always have the similar options at different locations in a much cheaper tuition fee variant as well. Okay, and next with Cologne, that's again a new campus we are launching in October. Cologne is the 4th largest city in Germany with a population of 1.1 million. Also located in North Rhine-Westphalia, which is the manufacturing powerhouse of Germany. So here again, we have similar programs. We can start with 30% scholarship for the October intake. Again, we have supply chain there too. Last but not the least, with the campus Stuttgart. So here we have applied computer science, the same program what you have seen in Heidelberg. The same program is offered here in Stuttgart as well. And Stuttgart is home to companies such as Mercedes-Benz, Bosch, and also Porsche. So they are located here. So good opportunities for IT professionals as well. Again, comes with 30% scholarship. I think you have gone through the application portal as well. If you don't, you just go to apply.srh.de, create the account for the student, upload all the documents, and once the admission team reviews the documents, you will either get a study offer or a conditional offer letter. For example, if you are yet to submit IELTS or any other document, you'll get a conditional offer letter. Once you get the study contract, you need to pay €1,000 deposit, which is the enrollment fee. And after that, we receive the letter of acceptance, with which you can apply for the visa. Okay, so that's how it works. So normally the normal turnaround time would be around 7 to 10 days. If it's lying more than 7 to 10 days, just let me know, then we can pick it up as well. These are a few of the companies where our alumni are working.
Sir, I have a question on a previous slide. Like, what documents do you require for bachelor's and master's?
Yeah, so for bachelor's, we need 10th, 12th, then CV, motivation letter, passport copy. And that's pretty much it. For bachelor's, as for master's, then again, your passport, 10th, 12th degree mark list, motivation letter, IELTS or any other language certificate document.
And you don't need letter of recommendation, right?
You don't need that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And the application can be done only after APS?
We don't need APS for the application part.
We don't need APS. Okay. At what stage APS would be required, sir?
For the visa.
Visa stage. So we can do the applications without APS?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you should start the APS procedure in parallel. Okay. Otherwise it will be delayed. So it normally takes 2 to 3 months for the APS to arrive. So it's good that you do it parallelly.
All right.
Even now we about how.
Roxana, can you put yourself on mute, please?
I'm already on a mute up.
Yeah.
So this is how you can start your study time, like as a citizen. So you start with a student visa. You come to the campus and enroll at the university. Then you need to exchange the visa for a residence permit, which the Berlin team would be able to help you without. And once you get the residence permit for studies, you successfully complete the degree, you get 18 months of stay back, and then you work for 24 months after your studies, then you can get the permanent residency. Then, once you're done with 5 years, then you can apply for a citizenship as well. This is how it works. So the minimum rate is told, we have discussed these cases, like 20 hours per week. So people who doesn't know about Germany and have no clue about Germany, they always say that, oh, okay, so only come to Germany if you're an engineer. That's totally baseless. So you can see different, kind of roles which are available in Germany. So engineering would be the biggest one, but IT, retail, project management, construction, finance, all the sectors are having equal kind of good opportunities available across the country. And as we speak, we are speaking about 770,000 vacant positions in various sectors. So it cannot be filled with only engineers as a field. Okay, so we need to have good marketing people and also sales people and also IT infrastructure. All these people are required in Germany. Okay, right. Yeah, that's it from my part. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, can you share this presentation with us? And the Excel which has campus-wise
I have PDF.
tuition fees. Yeah.
As well.
And there is no application fee to apply, correct?
No.
And sir, how to apply? Like, do we need to apply online or is there any application form we need to email you, PDF?
Only online. All the applications are made online.
Okay, online. Fine. And do you need the scan copy, original scan copy of the documents, or you need the true copy? How it goes?
Anyway, you can attach the photocopies as well or scan whatever you can submit.
Okay.
Just need the document in the system. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about the motivation letter. How long does the motivation letter has to be?
1 page is more than sufficient.
1 page.
Yeah.
And what are you looking at? Why they want to study at SRH and why this program and why Germany?
Not Germany. We don't care about why they want to study Germany, but about the motivation for the program mainly.
Okay.
It should be program specific.
Program specific. All right. And the subjects which are covered in each program are mentioned on the website, right?
Exactly. Yeah, all the modules are available in the website.
Right. And which are your most popular campuses, sir?
The bigger ones are located in Berlin and Heidelberg. These are the big locations. But again, all the other campuses are also having similar programs. Yeah, but size-wise, these two are the bigger ones, Heidelberg and Berlin.
Heidelberg, Berlin, where the master's degree price you mentioned. Sorry for the cost of redundancy. I'm just trying to
go ahead, please.
refresh that we understood the main points correctly. So Berlin and Heidelberg are the two bigger campuses, and the tuition fee for masters is $27,000 there.
27,000 euros in Berlin, which is the highest.
Yes, 27,000, sorry, euros for 2 years, full 2 years masters.
That's right.
And for bachelors, what would be the tuition in Berlin and in
would be
Heidelberg?
33,000 euros.
33. Now, if we go to the other campuses, the tuition fee reduces to $20,000 for
21,000. At least, yeah, you can let's say like 6,000 to 7,000 euros normally, and some campuses like Cologne and Ham, they have like close to 10,000 euros lesser than Berlin.
Great. And then in some new campuses, like you mentioned at Dresden, I think.
Leipzig, Cologne, and Stuttgart. So these are the new campuses what we have.
Leipzig, Cologne, and Stuttgart.
Yeah.
At these 3 campuses, all the bachelor's and master's degrees have further 30% discount.
Correct.
So if they are at 20,000 euros for the entire degree, they further reduce to another 6,000. So it becomes 14,000 euros for the entire degree.
And so not the entire tuition fee, it's valid on the first year tuition fees.
Only for the first year.
Only for the first year, yeah.
So still
it's around like 3,500 euros you can save.
3,500. Yeah. Okay, and 1,000 euros is the deposit.
Correct.
After the admission.
That's right.
And no application fee, 7 to 10 working days to get the admission. No APS required for bachelors or for masters to do the application, but APS process to be started parallelly.
Correct.
And all the courses are in English. No hybrid courses.
No. And great. German is taught free of cost for all the international students as well.
German is taught free of cost. Great. And is it at the campus or they have to go somewhere else?
No, it's at the campus itself. It's part of the program.
Great. And what about part-time job opportunities like Berlin or Dusseldorf or Hamburg or Cologne? These are large cities. But what about if student goes to Dresden or Leipzig or other cities, Heidelberg? How are the part-time job opportunities and what kind of jobs are students normally getting?
See, the big cities, as you mentioned, there's no real problem. Even in Leipzig, it's again like 670,000 people living there, so it's a big city. So cities like Dresden are more German cities. Okay, so you need to know a bit of German in order to get part-time jobs there. At least A2 would be required to find part-time jobs. And the jobs, what you can do could be in any field. Either you can work in the similar line of work. For example, if you're studying computer science, and if you have been able to get a job at a startup company, you can work 20 hours in that company, right? And there's no restriction where you can work. So it all depends on the kind of jobs you are able to get. Otherwise, you can work in some clothing stores or you can do delivery jobs. Yeah, as long as you are able to find something, you can do it. But these smaller cities, yes, you need to know a bit of German. But I would say only the small cities what we have in the portfolio are Ham, which is again smaller, and also Leipzig. sorry, not Leipzig, Dresden. So these are more German cities. So you need to know a bit of German. But all the other cities, you can still make it up with English.
Great. Thank you, sir. Sir, my next question is about tuition fees payment after the deposit.
Yeah.
So there is no application fees to apply. Once they get admission, pay $1,000 to secure the seat finally. And then after that, what is the process of the tuition fees and at what stage block account is required?
Yeah, block account is required again for the visa part. And for the visa, we recommend the students to pay 1 year tuition fee in advance. Okay. Even though as per the contract, they can pay semester wise, but for the visa part, most of the cases, sometimes, even if you pay 1 year tuition fees, the embassy or the consulate will reject the application on the basis that, you don't have enough source of funds for the next semesters. So we always recommend the students to pay 1 year tuition fees before you go to the visa.
So let's say if somebody is going to your newer campus in Dresden or Cologne, and for there, the tuition fees for masters for 2 years is $20,000, and then they get 30% scholarship for the first year.
Yeah.
So let's say for 1 year it's 10,000, second year 10,000, then minus the first year scholarship, another 3,000. So they pay 7,000 euros to you.
Yeah.
So after paying the deposit of 1,000, they pay 6,000 to you as the full
1,000
year.
euros is not part of the tuition fees. 1,000 euro is an enrollment fee, which is independent of the tuition fees. That's separate.
Oh, okay. So it does not get subtracted from the tuition fees.
Yeah, it's the enrollment fee. 1,000 euro is our enrollment fee. We take it as deposit. That's how it works.
But that is not adjusted with tuition.
No. That's
So
not part
that's
of
like
the
an
tuition fee.
extra cost for students, right?
That's an enrollment fee. That's a one-time enrollment fee. All the students have to pay. So earlier it was 900 euros. So we changed to 1,000 now. And, till last year, we have a 3,000 euro deposit and 900 euro enrollment as well. So that 3,000 will be adjusted against the tuition fees. So 900 was to be paid anyhow. We changed this year to 1,000 euro as enrollment fee, and that we will consider as deposit. But
All right.
it's not part of the tuition fee payment.
All right, sir. So in that case, 7,000 would be paid for something like Cologne campus.
Yes.
All right, sir. Fine, sir. Sir, and what about housing options? What would they be, and how should students find housing there, off-campus housing?
Yeah, so in Heidelberg, we have on-campus facility as well, but all the other campuses, we have listed out the service providers where you can look for accommodation. And they should also look into, groups such as Indians in Berlin or Indians in Heidelberg. There are Facebook groups available. They post regularly for the accommodation offers as well. So yeah, we have listed some options, but also the students have to look for themselves as well.
So during the German visa process, is there any interview or is there any requirement to show a A1 certificate or any German language certificate for the visa process?
No, there are no interviews in the first place because you're only submitting the application at the VFS. They collect the documents and send it to the embassy or the consulate. And German is not required by either university. All the programs are taught in English, so we don't need German.
And how long, sir, ideally does it take to get, since we have never done German visas, so how long does it take?
Normally 4 to 6 weeks, yeah.
4 to 6 weeks. All right, sir. At this point, please don't hesitate to ask any questions. Since we are new to Germany, if all of you are having any questions, every question is a good question. There are no silly questions, so please feel free to ask. Sir will tolerate us for asking questions.
I'm happy to help. This is the platform where you
Since
should
we are
ask
new to Germany, sir, all of us are new to Germany.
So,
and
yeah, feel free, because, there will be a lot of doubts you have it in your mind. Like,
Yes,
if
sir.
you are not feeling comfortable in talking, you can put it in chat as well. I can reply to that. So, yeah. And I think you will have more doubts once you start making the applications, then you'll learn. That's how it is.
One good thing which you mentioned, sir, which I really liked, is the tuition fees at your new campuses after scholarship
Mhm.
is roughly around 7,000 euros per year,
Correct.
or at least for the first year.
First year, yeah.
So that translates to only around, I think, 5.5 lakh rupees.
Correct.
Very affordable for the full year for
And
any
if you
student.
consider the total amount, you can finish your program within 15 to 16 lakhs, which is again pretty economical. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And you also mentioned that at some places, I'm not sure if it's at all your campuses, the entire 3.5 year bachelor degree is costing only, what, 22 lakhs or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's around like 30,000 euros or something. So yeah, less than that in most cases.
So that's very, very affordable for 3.5 years. Full degree tuition fees is only
Right.
this. So,
Yeah.
sir,
We have
one question that
Yeah.
lot of students ask us.
Mhm.
I know this may not be a politically correct question.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that students can work there and slowly pay their tuition? Is this possible for students? Like, have you seen it happen?
In my honest opinion, it won't work. Yeah, because you're only allowed to work 20 hours per week, and there is a limitation of how much money you can make per month. Maximum, or like the minimum would be 1,000 euros, and the maximum, let's say, like 1,200, 1,300. But that would be, yeah, you just need to make sure that you have living expenses there as well, right? So I don't think that's a possibility to pay the tuition fees just by working part-time. I haven't seen something like that.
Okay. And sir, in vacations, are the students allowed to work full time?
They can work full-time, but they have to make sure that they do not exceed 140 full days per year. All this work you do, like during vacation or your study time, it should not cross 140 full days. So you need to multiply 140 into 8. So that should be the hours you could work in Germany. So it cannot be more than that.
Okay, sir. So there are a few questions in the chat.
Yeah, I'm going to reply that. So for the healthcare program, the dance movement therapy music, does the student needs to be from the same background? No, it's a skill-based program. So if you are from a different background, you have some sort of experience working in this like dance movement therapy or music therapy, you can apply. It's more of a skill-based program. And how many times can we extend the work visa after 18 months? And what is the duration of extended work visa? So students, once they successfully graduate from a German university, can get one-time 18 months visa. Okay, it cannot be extended afterwards. You need to have a job within that time frame of 18 months, and then you can get a residence permit for work, which they give it for, let's say, 2 to 3 years. That's how it works. But we cannot extend the 18 months to a further period of maybe, let's say, 6 months or so.
That's the blue card, sir, you are referring to?
No, nothing about blue card, just the work permit I'm speaking about. Blue card is again it's a work permit. It's tied to a certain salary. Like if you have 43,000 euros, you can automatically get blue card once you get the offer, like the offer letter from the company. With a blue card, you can get the PR within 21 months instead of 24 months for general category students.
Okay, sir.
To apply in Germany, it requires 13 years. If the student has 12 years, how will the student get admission? So yeah, so again, the 13-year regulation is state dependent. Okay, so Germany is a federal state system, so each state has its own regulation. So we have accreditation for these programs for 12 years. So which means that students who are having 12 can apply directly. Test AS is something, an additional test which is required for APS. But over these past several months, we have seen several cases that people are getting APS without test AS as well. So technically, you can apply without test AS to APS. And if they ask for the same, then you can apply or you can write an examination at a later time. Okay.
So
And
those students, sorry to interrupt,
Sure.
sir.
Yep.
So those students applying to you after 12th standard don't need to do the student colleague?
No, for some, yeah, I think I mentioned for some programs, we don't need the 13 years of regulation. Only for some programs, like for example, engineering, we can offer direct entry. Other programs, yeah, do require 13 years. Like for example, if you want to study bachelor's in photography, then yeah, you need to go for the 13 years duration. Only engineering, computer science, we have specific programs where we have got the accreditation for direct entry.
So can we make an application for the students who are pursuing final year of bachelor's degree or like, okay.
Yeah, you can get a conditional offer letter in that case.
Okay.
PT
Sir,
and Duolingo accepted for studying visa? No, it's not acceptable for when you make an application for the visa. But as I said before during the presentation, we will give a supporting letter from the university, which will be sufficient for the visa part. If you have PT or Duolingo, you don't have to do an IELTS or TOEFL again. Yeah, Luksani, I think you wanted to say something.
Sir, I had one question. Like, as you mentioned that master students can bring their spouse, so that their spouse can work legally there.
Depends on if the spouse is qualified. If they have a degree, then they can get a work permit. They can work full time.
Or do you have to get that extra kind of visa for that, or they can directly work if they
They can directly work. The visa what they get from India will be confirming it already.
Okay, and what's the amount you have to keep in the block account? Does it vary
Yes.
according to the location?
Same as the main applicant.
Okay, same as
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm asking like what is the amount the student has to keep in the block
Student has to
account?
keep like 11,208.
Okay, and it depends like all the area for all the areas.
It's standard across Germany.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, which is the fastest or easiest block account bank that we should use?
From the university point of view, we can't recommend one particular service provider, but I think all the online ones, what you can see, the Expatrios or Findibas or Coracles, you can get a much faster service. I think you can get it within two days or 3 days max. Most of them. Yeah.
Coracle, Expatrio, and Fintiba, right? These are the usual
providers
three
which are
online.
available online. Yeah.
Yes. And sir, when the money which they get, like we do Fintiba or Expatrio or Coracle,
yeah,
then the banking is all digital banking now.
Correct. Yeah.
So then they all their and how do they get the money, sir, on a monthly? Like for the first month, do they get more or it's all equal?
It's equal payments for 12 months. So the amount will be divided into 12-month equated payments.
Okay, sir. So roughly 900 or something like that.
Yeah, 953, I guess.
953. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so for us, I don't see that many rejections on a semester basis. Maybe let's say 5% of the total students apply could go into rejection, and sometimes they have the option to appeal as well. If the students are not willing to proceed further, they can ask for a refund. There will be an administrative charge of 250 euros. Minus that, all the money they have paid will be refunded to the student.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, sir. I think our part is clear. Team, do you have any other questions?
SRH University provides semester break.
Okay,
Yes,
so-
one semester break is available. Yeah.
In master's degree, do you provide any internships or maybe in
Some of
bachelor's
the
degree,
programs
like?
are having, some of the programs are having internships in masters, and bachelor's, most programs are having internships.
And these internships are paid internship or it could be paid
Mostly
or
paid.
unpaid?
Mostly paid.
Mostly paid.
Yeah.
Okay, and you help students to get the internships, like do you have this tie-up with the
We
employers
assist
and
the
you?
students to get internships, and if they are not able to find one, because it's again final decision lies with the company, right? So they have to select the student. So if it doesn't work, then we will be providing with an additional company project in order to make sure that they can cover the credits with that.
Okay.
Right. If we don't have any other questions, we can call it a day.
I just have one last question, sir,
Please.
regarding spouse. So those students who are going for bachelor's or master's, can they take their spouse along with them, or the applicant
Only for masters.
only for masters? And they can take the spouse along with them.
No, the regulation says you have to register first. The main applicant has to register first and then bring their spouse.
So the main applicant has to reach Germany, start, and then bring the spouse,
Correct.
right?
They just need to register the address there and then they can bring.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, also, when the students do part-time jobs, is there any, I'm not sure if you can comment on what kind of taxations there in Germany?
So for students, the first 540 euros per month, that's tax-free. Okay. The taxes will be applicable on the next, 500 euros or so what you pay. So let's say like 25% or something, maybe like, 100 euros they pay on taxes.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you for the wonderful training, sir. I think we
Thanks.
will make all these notes and come back to you with many more questions.
Please. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, I mean, thanks everyone for the participation and, asking questions. Normally, most of the presentations are quite, it's one way, and, good that, you guys have been asking questions, so which is a good thing. So, I hope, I am able to provide you some information which will be useful for your counseling part as well.
Yes, sir. Very useful training, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Sir.
Thank you. Yeah, let's stay connected then. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Thank you, sir.